don't have time for the countdown to go down to 0. I had to stop it midway through the countdown at the beginning because you know what? I just want to get coding. My work went late, and now I've got like an hour, less than an hour, to actually make some progress on my personal project here. Let's demo. So I made something where, like, when you drag this little square that represents one recorded audio take to the finalize area, it brings up a dialog for trimming audio, and there's some placeholders here. So I've got this thing here that says trim slider. That's just a stubby little placeholder for a more complex UI element. It'll look like, here, I just switched to wireframes. Here's my wireframe. It'll be a slider with 2 bars on it to mark the start and end of the audio that you want to include in the final speech audio clip. And then there's another slider down here, which if you drag it left or right, it'll make it so that the default positions of these two get set. So right now, the trim slider is just represented by some text, and this slider here is represented by some text. In this session, I'm going to at least try to make this bottom slider here. And it won't do anything yet, but it'll just be something you can drag a little button around on. Okay, if I click the next button, I've got another stub dialog with pretty much all the UI elements on it. It doesn't actually do anything yet, but it displays like a progress bar. And once I have an actual bit of work that's being worked on, I'll use this UI to animate from left to right. And I've already got code that'll do that. So nothing really to do there as far as UI. But as I was saying, today I'm going to make this slider thing right here. All right, let's get going. Ain't no fucking around. Got to get it done. It's 5:07. Time's a-wasting. All right, so I started yesterday by putting this little bit of stubby code. Let's think about what actually needs to go here. I figure there's going to be a line, span, class name, what are we going to call it? Nothing that Copilot is suggesting. I'll call it styles. Slider groove. Yeah, let's just call it groove. So it's a skeuomorphic UI. It's based upon like those sliders in the physical world, and they have grooves. So that's why I gave it that name. Then thinking about this a little bit, I think I need an inline style for the position of the slider button. But anyways, there'll be another span. Yeah. Okay. It's already doing it for me. Copilot helping me out there. It seems like I'll need some kind of let's destructure and on change and value. Okay, and this is going to be draggable. This will be value. Okay. let's just get it to look okay. So value will be a number between 0 and 100%. It's not going to look anything correct yet. I got to get my definitions in. Container groove thumb. Okay, so thumb will say height 100%. Width, let's do, yeah. That will be green, I guess. Border. Yeah. Okay, and then position absolute. Okay, groove. Let's say the height will be 0.2 REM. Width will be 100%. Background color. Yeah, let's do that for now. Okay, what's it look like? Looks terrible. It looks really bad. What if I take out the absolute? Does that? Yeah, that does make it not be as stupid. But it's still kind of broke. What am I looking at? Okay, so that is the thumb. It's not really in the right place. Where's my groove at? I see nothing for the groove. Oh, no, yeah, I don't know about the groove. Height, let's see. Maybe I should try to do one thing at a time. Let's take out the thumb. Just get the groove going first, because I have no idea how it could be disrupting it. Okay, so the groove disappeared. I said width 100%. I said height 0.2. Let's make this a div. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I gotta center it inside. Margin, top, auto, margin, bottom, auto, position, relative. Sometimes the things I try are just magic spells, and I forget the actual CSS I'm supposed to do. That wasn't it. Alright, so I'll ask a question I've asked a million times before. How to center a div vertically in a div? Because it's always such a pain. Position relative top 50%. That should probably do it. Let me try that. Okay. Position, relative, top 50%, and I think 1 is probably better. What? Oh, is that there we go. Okay, that's looking better. Feels like this line ought to be more subtle or something. Is there like a 3D version of border? Let's see, here's the groove. Okay. Inset. Okay, then background color. I see, I could just take that out or give it more of a gray color. That seems pretty good. Is this border style adding much? I don't think it is. So, yeah, okay. I think that'll do it. So we'll change the background color to 888. Okay, you got that part done. Now the thumb. Thumb goes back in. Position, relative. Let's try that. Height. Let's do 3 REM. Okay. And come back to. Oh no, I need to render that thumb. Okay, not bad, not bad. It's kind of weird though. I said the height of the container is 3 rems, and I said the height of the thumb is also 3 rems, although it did just kind of blur this out. I'm not sure why. Oh, cool. Maybe I need to put those in line as well. Okay. So for that, we'll do width 1 REM, height 3 REM. Let's see. Okay, let's just comment these out, maybe. Okay. So if I look at this again, same deal. Kind of strange. What if I use transform? Or, Okay. Well, that's more like what I was expecting. So then if I say 50%, what does that do? Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, there's some problems to solve, but okay, so if I do all this stuff here except for left, display block. Okay, then come back to here and see if I can take out this other code. Did I regress? No, I did not regress. But you are... Okay, let's take that out. Okay, the other thing I kind of have to figure out is that really 50%? Okay, so if I say 100%, what's that going to do? It'll go too far. Or if I say 100% minus the width, which I know to be REM, that doesn't work. Because that's the problem of mixing in these different types of measurement. So I can say 100%, that's actually too far. And I can say a smaller percent, like 95%. That might be just a good enough little hack just to scale it from 0 to 95%. But is that really going to be correct when I do different screen sizes? No, it's not. Because 95% when you've got, when the width of this line goes down is different, and it'll break. So I need something like a runtime calculation. It should be like 100%, but minus the width of the block. CSS calc width. Yeah, this might be it. This looks like it actually. Calc. Okay. So let's try that. Left. And I'll say calc value percent minus, and I will just hard code in 1 REM. It's possible that works. Okay. Oh, gotta also do like a same kind of problem solving on this side, but I could. Okay. Let's see. Let's test out the 100% first. See, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty good. But it does give me the same issue on the 0% side. I think I know how to fix it though. I'll just have that minus thing be half of the space. So we'll do minus 0.5 REM. That's half the width. Then I can do 0, and yeah, it kind of goes past a little bit, but there's enough of a margin, it'll be okay. On this side, basically the midpoint will be here, and that'll be fine. So if I come up here and change this to 1, 1, 0, it's okay. And I can add margin to this guy to make it even more okay. So let's inspect. Inspect the what do you want to inspect? Slider container. Let's give it padding left 0.5 rem. Padding right 0.5 rem. Okay. So now I'm not going over the letters at all. And if I do shrinkage like this, it's still fine. I think it's fine if I, whoops. Okay, I think it's fine if I also just zoom in like that. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, this is a little bit too high. Oh, before I move on, let's add that change into my CSS. Container, padding left, 0.5 rem, padding right, 0.5 rem. Okay. So it's not a bad start. I still got to do all the drag and drop logic, which is probably going to be the harder part of it. At 5:27. Do I have time to pee? I think I do. Back to it. Let's make this thumb look a little bit better, I think. For one, it needs to have like the buttonness of these things. And that means the color should change to be this. And it just doesn't look much like something you're supposed to click on and drag yet. Inspect. Let's reduce the height to, that means that the top of it needs to come down a bit. Top, what is it, 0.5 rem? Yeah, A little less. 4. Okay. It's not looking that bad. Just need to make it a little bit smaller. That's all. And it feels like it should have a border radius to it. .3 rem, like that. And probably the border style is inconsistent with other things that are buttons. Now I'm thinking the top is supposed to be like that, maybe. Okay. That seems pretty buttony to me. I could constrain that percent to some value like 3, 5. Okay, that's maybe a good value as a minimum, because if you've got that little bit showing, it's just a lot easier to see that it's a slider bar. So if I don't let it get past that, is that gonna? Nah, it's not gonna scale great. Yeah. Okay. So what is it? Is it like? It's a lot of subtle things to figure out with this to make it actually look good and be very readable. So what's the true calc there? One thing is that I'm going to need pixel measurements on this guy. And if I've got pixel measurements, then that means that I can take that percent and map to an actual pixel value. I don't need to rely as much on this. This just becomes left equals some pixel value that's calculated outside of this. So even though it was kind of nice to have my CSS seemingly encapsulate everything I needed, it's going to be nicer and not that hard considering everything else I have to do to measure this in pixels at render time and then use that to determine the precise pixel value I want to display left at. I'm going to need those pixel values for dragging, because I'll be dragging this, I'll be holding on this, I'll be saying, okay, we're taking it this way. And actually, I won't use dragging. I'll be using, I think, mouse move over this area here in some other state. Okay. But let's not lose the nice little CSS that I did here. Let's make sure that gets captured. Go into the thumb and just bang it out there. Okay. So then, forget it. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Come back to here. Okay. And And that's still as it should be. And I don't really want this to be draggable. At least I don't want the built-in DOM draggable behavior. I want my own draggable. Okay, work on that. Okay, we're gonna need some state. Some nice ephemeral state. Import use state. State that what I want is, yeah, you're right about that. And I also want, see if you can guess. Come on, Copilot. What do you think I want? I want a ref of a container. I always forget the syntax, but it looks like Copilot's going to help me out. So then I gotta do something here, right? You gotta say ref. Come on, Copilot, fill it in for me. No? Okay, gotta go figure it out myself. So let's see, where was that? Ref equals, I've already gotten code in here for this. Ref equals. Yeah, I was doing it right. You just say ref equals slider ref. Okay. And then I need to do some kind of measurement. Let's just put it all in one. Container dimensions. Yep. Yep. Okay. And I'll go take a look at Canvas because it has some stuff about listening on resize. Let's follow the pattern. Let's follow the pattern. Okay. Use effect, and this is going to be update container dimensions. Yeah, this can be container ref. That makes more sense. Did container dimensions. We pass in the container. Did set container dimensions. Options false. What is that? I don't know. It's probably fine. That's what I used before. Okay. Then let's take this, copy it over as well. Let's try it without. And this is not quite right. let's do next dimensions equals width height. We set the dimensions with the setter. Container. Okay. So that should be enough, except that, I don't see anything to initially set the dimensions. What did I do over here? Oh, I see. I've got another use effect. And this was meant for canvas drawing, and then I would do all this. Okay. So I could just move this up to here. Although I seem to remember there was some issue with that, like it wasn't ready yet, or it hadn't been rendered. Let's just do this. Start with that, and console log. What do you think I'm going to do? Come on. Nope, you're wrong. All right, so let's start with that, see what it does. Width 210, height 48. It only logged it one time, which is wonderful, to be honest. So if we've got, honestly, we don't need the height. We're only going to be modifying the left. So I can simplify this. Just do container width, set container width, and let's just do a number. And we'll set it to 0. Simpler code is better code. Okay, so now that I know the width, I can calculate left as a pixel value. Const thumb pos equals calc thumb pos, and yes, you're passing in the right stuff. Good job. Function calc thumb pos. See if you can figure out the rest. Nice. So far, so good. And what do you got? No, stop. All right. Thumb width equals. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. I guess I might need to pass the thumb width in from a measurement. Okay. To do passing measured thumb width. Let's just start with this though, just to see where we're at. And then this is just going to be left thumb pause. All right. Still working okay, but it's not a real great test because I've got the position at 0. Let's have the component that's drawing the slider, let's have it set this to a different value. 50% is what I'd like to try it at. Where is the dialog? It's going to be up above, and it's going to be the trim speech dialog. Here we go. Slider value 50. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. Inspect. Did nothing at all. So I pass in the value, came from props. I say value divided by 100 to get a number between 0 and 1 to multiply against. Multiply it by the container width, which I had assumed was going to be set. Maybe it's not at this point. And then say, well, wherever that position is, we want the thumb to be offset so that the center of the thumb is right at that pixel position. And let's say also to do add in, yeah, you're right, add in left and right path. Jesus, sometimes Copilot's very smart for some definitions of smart. Okay. So I guess let's do a console log. Value. Yeah. That looks healthy. All right, I guess I better debug it. Let's see what it thinks it's doing. So at this point, width and height are going to be 0. But are we going to get another call after you got the dialog up? Okay, yeah, we are. So now we've got value 50, container width 118, and then this should be, this thing should have a value that's not 0. Oh, it does not though. So value divided by 100. Value divided by 100 times container width. So far so good. Minus thumb width divided by 2. Thumb width is not defined. Did I delete that line? No, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, so that's fine. What about thumb width divided? Okay. Thumb width is what? Oh, I gotta go down. I'm being stupid. All right, so this should return a value. $54. That seems like a good value. Seems healthy. Just leave the breakpoint on in case it gets called again. Okay, thumb pause. 54. Down here, left. I might have to put pixels on this. That might be the problem. Play. Okay, now I want to know if the value and container width are still the same. No. No, it is the same. Okay. It's continuing to call this back. That's fine. Just tell me it's healthy each time. Okay. And please, can you stop redrawing? Okay, there we go. So this function is doing what it is meant to do. And I wonder next about this part here. Let's do px. There we go. All right. It's fine except the thumb width is wrong. So I'm going to have to measure the thumb width. Which, no big deal. I already know how to do that. Let's pass in the thumb width. Okay. Okay, that means I also need a container ref. Const. Yep, you got it. And the thumb must be measured. Ref equals thumb ref. Okay, and then boy, boy, it feels like these ought to be combined, so let's combine them. Update measurements. Or let's see, update layout measurements. And we'll do here, see if it can figure out the pattern. Yep. It's not container or not thumb. Return. Okay, container, thumb. Do I want to consolidate these? Nah, don't need to. Set container width and then set thumb width. Okay. And then let's fix this up here. This could be a function. Thumb HTML div element. Set thumb width function. Let's just do it in a more concise way. Set thumb width. Yep. Okay. And update layout measurements. Oh, it's a span. No problem. No problem. So the ref goes to a span element. And honestly, it could have been a div element. I don't know why I did a span, but I'll leave it. Container, set container width. Let's see, container, thumb. I mean, I've got it right here. Let's just paste it. Okay, bam. Okay. And this can be multi-line for better readability. Calc thumb pos. Container width, thumb width. Okay. I suspect this will be centered. It is. How well does it work if I resize? Pretty well, but not great. It's not really centered. Huh. Yeah, I don't get that. Is there something besides client width? Here, let's figure out what thumb client width is. Console log thumb client width. Because what if it's always 0? Mm, 16. I don't know about this though. What's this about? What's this other console log? Yeah, that's old. That's old. Now let's get a hot reload in here. Or not a hot reload, but a cold refresh. Okay, so it's got the thumb width just fine. I don't know. It feels a little like there's some aspect of this client measurement that I don't understand, because I had to add a fudge value to the other one I did for Canvas. And it's like, what am I missing? Is there just some extra little thing I'm supposed to measure and add to it? If I were to screenshot this, is that button going to be 16? Let's take it into Photoshop and check it out. File new. I gotta stop on this pretty quick here. Got dinner to make. I mean, that's like way more than 16, but there's got to be some kind of translation happening in the browser. They don't mean literal pixels. I think it used to be literal pixels. What is the unit that client measurements are returned in? Just to see if it's really the thumb measurement or if it's also the container measurement, I'm going to set it to 100%. Also here, let's have the top of it be up higher. Inspect. Top will be, let's just have it be, just turn that off. Or negative 0.5. Okay, there I can see it a little bit better. And then if I set this to 100, you know, it kind of looks like it's centering on the left side, but I'm not sure about that. Also, I just talked really close to the microphone. So let me set that to 100% position. Okay. So 100 goes past a fair amount. Like I was half expecting this left edge of the thumb to kind of line up exactly with the end, but it did not. So let's look at the 0 case. I'm guessing 0 is aligned. That looks pretty aligned, although I'm wrong. It's actually off to the left. But it's to the left of the groove, and the groove is affected by padding. Let's turn off the padding. I don't think I'm going to need that padding anyways, because the rationale of including it was based on something else. Okay, so at 0, it looks pretty well matched up to the center point. Not that. The top. drag this bit. Okay. So at 0 it's correct. At 50 it's a little off. At 100 it's really off. And just to verify that 50. Oh, just eyeballing it, it's kind of hard to see that it's wrong. Am I sure it's wrong? Let me take another screenshot here. Let's clip it a little bit closer to, crop. Okay, what's my image size? 532. Okay, let's put a guide, a vertical guide at, I forget what the size was. Okay, file, image size. Okay, vertical guide at half of 532. Half of 532 is going to be 250, 265, 261. Okay, view, new guide, vertical, 261 px, go. Okay, it is off. It is a drifting a little bit right of center. And if I go to 100%, yeah, it's gonna be, dang it, that looks pretty friggin' good. Now I'm getting confused. There might have been something like pulling out those padding values gives it a chance to be correct. -0.7 REM, and then let's do this. Boom. Okay. So that's 100. And this is 0. And those are both pretty good. I do need to do something like where I add buffers to the beginning, but I gotta save that for tomorrow. I'm into dinner time now. All right, gonna continue with this tomorrow. And let's stop the stream right about